Welcome to the Lancaster City Council meeting. City Clerk.
Council Member, Agency Director, Authority Member Mann.
Present.
Smith.
Here.
Underwood Jacobs.
Present.
Vice Mayor, Vice Chairman Christ.
Present.
Mayor Chairman Paris.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. The invocation tonight is with Pastor Cliff Huffmeyer from Grace Chapel.
Father, we come before you today thankful for the opportunity that we have and that we enjoy here, the liberty that we have that many around the world don't have. We thank you for your beneficence to ourselves. We thank you, Lord, for the opportunity to come before you. We pray, Lord, that you would give wisdom to all of those in authority tonight, that you would cause us to live peaceably here in this town. We thank you, Lord, for the folks that are here tonight who have interest in what's going on and interest in the well-being of our city. We thank you for them. We pray that you would give them wisdom from on high and that you would be glorified in all that we say and do. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. Mr. Carter, you want to do the pledge?
Please recite with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Jason Cottle, you have a presentation?
Mayor and Council, thank you very much for proclaiming May 17th through the 23rd as National Public Works Week. To commemorate this week, Thursday the 21st, we'll be hosting an open house at the Public Works Yard from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I think this is important for a couple of reasons. One is that we have the opportunity to showcase what we do to the public. I think oftentimes as people may call in with a graffiti complaint, they may call in with a pothole complaint, and oftentimes they come and they see it filled and they really don't know what happens behind the scenes. They'll drive through our traffic signals, not understand how the traffic signal functions. This gives our public the opportunity to come and see what happens behind the scenes. We're going to have a number of displays, static displays of our equipment, as well as static displays of our materials that we use in the processes that we do. At the same token, it's an opportunity to honor the men and women that are working every day for those citizens. Is that we understand that when the rain starts coming and the wind starts blowing and things start knocking down, these folks are going to be the ones that are out there late at night. These are the ones that put in the long hours to clean up after events. These are the folks that risk their lives to protect your health and safety. These are the same folks that make sure that our sewers are flowing well, that we don't have overflows, the health and safety of our community. So it's important to recognize the importance of their work and how much they do for us. So it's an honor to have you recognized this week, and we're really appreciative of that, and we invite all the public to come and participate. And one of the fun things we're doing as well is we're going to have a couple of our Public Works employees throwing out the first pitch of the Jethawks game, which is also representing you and your team as it relates to the work that they're doing. And John Felkins is here today. He'll be representing us, so you can guarantee there's going to be a strike thrown. So it's, but with that, we appreciate your recognizing this week. Thank you.
Thank you.
And we're going to have a short video as well.
May 17th to May 23rd is the American Public Works Association National Public Works Week, an opportunity for cities across the nation to appreciate all the critical roles that public works departments play in keeping our communities clean and safe. To honor the local Lancaster Public Works men and women who serve our Lancaster community, we will be hosting a free public open house on Thursday, May 21st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This kid-friendly event will provide the community an opportunity to learn more about the many hats worn by our local public works professionals. Everything from sitting behind the wheel of a public works truck to learning about their role in recycling will be included at this year's event. And be sure to stay tuned to our social media accounts to learn more about how our Public Works Department works to serve you.
That it? Thank you. Okay, We have a Antelope Valley Fair Entertainment presentation. Presenters are Tim Fuller, President of Antelope Valley Fair Association, and Dan Jacobs, CEO of Antelope Valley Fair Association.
We have our PowerPoint. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Vice Mayor, City Council for inviting us tonight. For the next 3 hours, there's another presentation. Now, I'd like to give just a brief overview of some of the highlights of some of the upcoming events at the Antelope Valley Fair, things that we're excited about. Used to be up there. And then just hit this to move on. Starting out with the third annual Jazz Festival. It's going to be taking place the day before Father's Day in June this year. This year we're featuring as our headliner the world famous Spyro Gyra. So we're really excited about having talent of that level here in the city of Lancaster. David Benoit is also going to be here with Morgan James and our local Mark and Kenny and friends. So tickets are already on sale. General admission starting at $30, reserve seating from $50 to $75. Sold out the last 2 years, and we're really excited about this year as well, and appreciate once again the opportunity to put on the Lancaster Jazz Festival. Following that, we have the hot City of Lancaster 4th of July and fireworks extravaganza.
Mr. Fuller, let me interrupt you.
Yes.
Who's the MC of the Jazz Festival?
Oh, I'm sorry, and thank you for mentioning that. Actually, for the first time tonight, we can announce the Master of Ceremonies for the Jazz Festival is our own Councilwoman, Underwood Jacobs. So thank you very much for doing that to help us.
You're very welcome. I'm looking forward to it.
To help us celebrate a little bit of jazz and some good times, and also bringing in Father's Day. So thank you very much. We do appreciate that. And Vice Mayor, thank you for reminding me. It followed on the 4th of July with our fireworks extravaganza, and in concert with the City of Lancaster, and also our what do they call it? The Showdown Rodeo Committee and the Lancaster Auto Mall come together, starting out with a day of bull riding with a professional bull riding circuit, and then followed with the fireworks at night. So July 4th, we're looking forward to that. Then the Antelope Valley Fair in August, and once again, good times, concert series, good food, and our world-class Carnival Ray Kamek show is going to be back again. The theme this year is the celebration of fair food, with the theme of being Barn Appetit. So we look forward to everybody being there for that. Everybody's always interested in the concert series itself. We're going to be kicking it off on Friday night with Boys to Men and Babyface, followed by Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo. And then we go with tonight, announcing for the first time, the Banda MS, which is really big news for those that follow the Hispanic music theme, that genre, that is going to be it's a really big band for us. So we're really excited about that Sunday night, and we're going to be announcing that formally tomorrow, but tonight we're going to give you that preview. Then finally, the Grammy winners, Peter Frampton and Cheap Trick, and our last night of Heart. And that's the Palmdale Auto Mall concert series. And then following the closing out the fair, then we have the Rally Key Arena events with the figure 8 car races, monster trucks, the Rural Olympics, and the Demolition Derby. We still have one other concert to announce, and that's our Wednesday closing concert, and that's going to be a country genre, but we're prohibited by contract from announcing it. I wish I could tonight, I can't, but stay tuned, avfair.com for the latest news on that. Then, once again, Lancaster, City of Lancaster, Antelope Valley Fairgrounds has been chosen to host the California Circuit Finals. It's a really big deal, professional rodeo at its finest here in Lancaster, so we're really proud to be hosting them again with the Showdown Rodeo Committee and also the California Circuit Finals Committee. And that's going to be taking place on October 16th and 17th at the AV Fairgrounds, and that's the PRCA Ram California Circuit Finals. And quite frankly, there's so much going on at the fair these days, we believe that it's scary. So I want to give you a little bit. We're going to be proving that by this year turning the fairgrounds into the fear grounds. And this is kind of a little teaser because there's going to be a lot more information forthcoming as we get closer to the event. But what I can tell you tonight is this is going to be unlike any other event that you've seen of this nature in the Antelope Valley. We're really excited. It's truly professional actors, professional stages. The fair is transformed from the fairgrounds to the fear grounds. And so please stay tuned. avfair.com for ticket information, all the other things that are going on at the fair. So thanks for giving us an opportunity. I'm going to turn it over to Dan Jacobs. Oh, there's one more? Oh, that's yours, yeah.
Mayor Parrish, Vice Mayor Chris, members of the City Council. That was the shortest 2-minute speech that our President Tim Fuller has ever made. So, it's hard to believe that nearly 12 years ago, we relocated the fairgrounds. And when I say we, I mean the City of Lancaster and the 50th DAA came together to create a phenomenal project on Avenue H and the freeway. It's also hard to believe that 3.5 years ago, the City of Lancaster formed a joint powers authority with the 50th DAA to govern the fairgrounds. And when that partnership was formalized, we were really able to start making some big improvements at the fair. With the help of Vice Mayor Christ, who's the chair of our JPA, he's helped us garner over $500,000 in grants just the last 2 years alone to buy needed equipment for the fair. Just 2 months ago, we were able to slurry seal 250,000 square feet of badly needed asphalt at the fairgrounds. And then just last week, with the help of Brian Ludicky, we put together our plans for our next capital improvement project, the first phase, that will be completed by fair of this year. I know that we've had some growing pains with our governance structure, but I'm completely confident that we'll be able to get over these issues and create a far better relationship with the City of Lancaster, which will thereby help us to create a phenomenal project at the fairgrounds. But what I'm here today to do is also let you know that what we've created at the fairgrounds with the City of Lancaster is historic. It's never been done before in the state of California. And on behalf of the Board of Directors, I really wanted to let you know face to face how grateful we are to have such a great partner, willing and strong partner in helping us create such a great legacy for this community. And I want to thank you on behalf of the board and all the boards and staff of the fairgrounds. Thank you.
Any questions?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
City Manager, anything to be removed?
No, sir.
Where is our city manager?
He's not here tonight. He's taking care of family business.
Have you talked to him about his priorities? Or?
Unfortunately, I talk to him more when he's gone than when he's here.
Okay. Minutes. Do we have a motion?
I'll move that we approve the minutes.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Consent calendar.
We have no speaker cards. I move that we approve the
Wait a minute.
consent calendar as currently comprised.
City Attorney, anything we need to take down?
No.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Let's vote. It's unanimous. Public hearing. City of Lancaster's Community Development Block Grant Program. We'll open the public hearing and hear from Elizabeth Brubaker.
We have no speaker cards.
Oh, but she loves to talk.
Good evening, Mayor Parrish and City Council members. The 2015 to 2020 5-year consolidated plan is a required document by the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development in order to receive Community Development Block Grant Program funds. The action plan is a required document by HUD in order to receive the annual entitlement funds, which lists the activities the city will undertake to address priorities and objectives with anticipated CDBG funding received during the 2015 to 2016 program year. A new action plan is developed and submitted for each program year within the 5-year planning period of the consolidated plan. In compliance with federal requirements and in accordance with the city's citizen participation plan, the city published the proposed consolidated plan and action plan on April 10, 2015, providing a 30-day comment period. The consolidated plan and action plan is being brought to the City Council on May 12, 2015 for approval. The documents will be submitted to HUD by May 15, 2015 in order to ensure the availability of CDBG funds on July 1, 2015, the start of the 2015 program year. Please adopt the 2015 to 2020 5-year consolidated plan and approve the 1-year action plan for the 2015 program year to be submitted to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions? City Clerk, any communications?
No communications.
We'll now close the public hearing. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve PH1.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Let's vote. It's unanimous. New business, item 1. Any communications?
No communications.
Any speaker cards?
None.
Let's waive the reading. I'm afraid that she'll get her years mixed up again. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve NB1.
Second. Let's vote. It's unanimous. NB2, City Clerk, any communications?
No communications.
Any speaker cards?
None.
Let's waive the staff report. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve NB2.
Second. Let's vote. It's unanimous. Wow, did we get through that fast or what?
You did well.
I'm getting better at this.
What's 6 years?
Council reports. Vice Mayor Christ.
Nothing has changed at the AVTA since the last meeting. Do you want me to do all the council reports on the?
Yeah, you might as well. Before you move AVTA, when are we getting the new executive director? What's happening on that?
We sent some letters out for clarification, and they should be back soon. So as soon as we get letters of clarification to make sure what we're doing is legal.
Okay, thank you. Go on.
AVA QMD. Let's see, the power plant permit has gone invalid. It is no longer in effect at the AVA QMD. What? It is. So.
Whoa. Wait a minute. All those hundreds of people that showed up at that meeting protesting the power plant and wanting the power, all of that is now over.
There is no longer a permit at the AVA QMD. They have chose to look all the things that we brought forth in the comment period that was our concern. They have upheld, and they said that there's a problem with the pollution, there's a problem with the water. You have to remember they were going to use 4,200 acre feet of water.
So Palmdale spent $34 million on a power plant they're never going to build.
35.
Now, you're sure they're never going to build it?
No, they no longer have a permit. They have the opportunity to go back through the same process, but they no longer have a permit.
Is this city blessed or what? I mean, seriously. Remember what we went through a year ago? I mean, this is truly remarkable. Good. No power plant, no pollution. Good. Anything else?
That's it.
Any council reports?
No, we haven't had a sanitation district meeting since my last report out, so that's scheduled next week.
Any planning commission reports?
Briefly, our subcommittee is taking up the alcohol beverage ordinance review, and I would expect within 3 to 5 months we'll have some responses back and potentially a revised ordinance for your consideration.
Thank you. Criminal justice?
Yes, the Criminal Justice Commission has taken up Lancaster Municipal Code, Chapter 8.52, the chronic nuisance property ordinance, and we should be hopefully seeing a copy of that tomorrow or soon to review.
Thank you. Is that it on council reports? Okay, Housing Authority, no action. Financing Authority, no action. Power Authority, no action. Successor Agency, no action. City Manager, any announcements?
Yeah, 2 quick announcements. The first, last week we launched with our first early opt-in customers as well as municipal accounts, the Lancaster Choice Energy. So it was a proud day. Some of you were in attendance at the press conference, but it was a proud day to be saying we are selling our first kilowatt hours of energy. It's been a long time. There's been a lot of staff effort and work put into that, and it was a culmination of many years of work and a lot of leadership on your part. So I just want to say thank you and acknowledge that. And it's come October, we'll be launching the remainder of our customers into that system. So it was a good day. And also just a short reminder that Jethawk season is in full swing, pun intended. And we have a short video just to showcase that, and we've been putting this out on our social media as well as on the website to tell the people the good story about Jethawks and the entertainment value it presents for the family. So with that, a short video.
We have 15 returning players, which is very rare in minor league baseball, but it's going to be fantastic for our fans because they're going to be familiar with a lot of them. A lot of these guys were here celebrating that championship on September 15, 2014.
I'm excited to be back here with Omar Lopez, who was actually my manager in Quad Cities as well. So he's here, I'm happy, I'm excited to be here and ready to win another California League championship.
2-2, Haney swings, hooks one down.
We played for him in Quad City, and he's a great player, coach. He understands the game, and he knows how to coach all the players, and everyone's willing to learn from him and play under his wing.
The RBI, Williamson came.
Very exciting team. We got a lot of athletes, a lot of things that we can bring to the table. We got speed, we got power, great arms. So this is going to be an exciting time at the ballpark every day. Coming off a championship season, last year the fans were great for us in the playoffs. So it's exciting to be back and play and do well for them.
We have a great group of guys, great pitching staff, and we got a great group of coaches too. So just winning a lot of ball games and having fun while we do it. And I think we'll be able to transfer that over to the field and trust one another and all of our ability to succeed in the game of baseball.
Rock the Hawk!
Rock the Hawk! Rock the Hawk!
So did they pay us for that commercial? Or? Just okay, moving on. City Clerk, any speaker cards?
You have several up there, yes.
You want to do your thing?
Ready for my spiel?
Yeah.
Okay. This is the time to address the City Council, agency, and authority on non-agendized matters. Please complete a speaker card which can be found on the back table of the council chambers. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each. State law prohibits the City Council from taking action on items not on the agenda, and your matter may be referred to the City Manager. Thank you.
Thank you. Maria de Los Angeles.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
My name is Maria de Los Angeles. I'm concerned about a young girl that got raped a few days ago. I'm 61 right now. I was raped when I was 7 years old. And I want to know how we can keep these parole sex offenders out of Lancaster, trying to look for our kids and children to try to, to rape them. And don't sleep at night. I have 2 girls and a young, they're my grandkids that were born in Lancaster. And I don't want that to happen to them. I don't sleep at night. I have 3 dogs in the backyard. I have a machete in my house to try to defend my family. What are we going to do about it? We don't have enough police officers. The police officers here in Lancaster, they're doing their job. But we don't have enough police officers. They're overworked. I talked to them, some of them in Lancaster Boulevard. We need more police officers for Lancaster to keep the community safe.
I suspect that until the neighborhoods get active and start proactively letting these, this guy was a gangbanger. He's been a gangbanger for years. If in the neighborhoods, they just stop talking to these creeps. I'd like them to throw rocks and maybe shoot a few of them. But the captain tells me they're not allowed to do that. But seriously, as a community, if we just got a little bit more intolerant of these various gang members, we'd all be a lot safer. People don't stay where they're not wanted. And if we could just start developing that a little bit more in the neighborhoods, I think it might be more effective. And we're actually working on that a little bit. But this is the result of gangs. This guy's a gangbanger. He thought it was perfectly acceptable.
Because they don't welcome here in Lancaster.
They've got to be less welcome.
Yeah, and I tried to get my neighbors together, but everybody smokes dope. So it's only like 3 people from my street. They're clean and sober like me.
Yeah,
so I don't know what we're going to do about it.
I think we have to spend the next year making that a priority of developing something totally different and new that uses social ostracism to get rid of these guys.
Yeah, and I believe in you. I know you can do the job.
Thank you.
Yes.
I had a lot of help.
But I'm also requesting more police for Lancaster because the police officers over here in Lancaster, they're overworked. I see them by my street in J Avenue all day and all night. They're overworked. We need more police officers here in Lancaster to keep our community safe.
Okay. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kurt Boyer.
You might want to remind them that we have the largest contract in LA.
Yeah, Kurt, before you go on, we do have the largest LA sheriff contract of any city in the county. We spend more on our sheriffs than any other city. But I think we've reached the point where we have to develop other programs than just deputies on the street. And we're working on that, okay? Thank you. Yes.
Just to comment on that, I spend a lot of time on the street because I work with the homeless. And our police force is more than adequate, at least in most cases. There's always going to be things that fall through the cracks. But these gentlemen do a wonderful job, and I can't thank them enough. As you know, I'm involved with a medical clinic, Bart's Altadonna. And since we talked about the city approval, so to speak, our patient increase has gone over 25% per month. We're doing a tremendous amount of outreach.
Kurt, can you stop for a minute?
Yes, sir.
When you say city approval, what do you mean by that?
We simply met, some of my people met with, I believe, not you necessarily, but we were getting a letter of recommendation, so to speak, when we went to grants. I believe that was part of it. That doesn't ring a bell, huh?
If it's homeless, it has to go through the vice mayor.
Then we went in the wrong direction. So we'll take care of that in the future. But primarily, we're not working on housing. We work on mental health and medical health and counseling. We find insurance for these people. They walk in, no matter what their condition is, we're able to take care of them. Now, what I'm here to talk about is a handout that I brought for you people. On the June 5th, we're having a health fair that's going to be held in the county library meeting hall. We're going to have at least 15 to 20 different organizations there, charitable organizations, everything from hospice to child care to beaten women, all the way through just about everything that's going to be available for the people on the street or people that have low income and can't find these opportunities. And we're trying to put it all together into one. We're going to do it regularly at the library, but this is our first effort at it. As I said, it's going to be June 5th. I'm expecting at least 15 different people to come, organizations to come and offer their services. The library is very excited about this. We're going to be putting posters on all the storefronts. I've already gotten approval from most of them to do that.
Wait a minute. The library is doing a program to attract homeless to the library.
No, but I can see why you would think that.
Have we lost our minds?
I've been dealing with the homeless in the library forever. Now, the new manager for the library, they've already ripped out all the landscaping around the sides of the building because these people were defecating and sleeping in literally bushes. That's all been taken out. They're on the verge of putting in a stone garden. They've recognized the usage of the bathroom. But because they're a county organization,
Thank you.
I wish I had more time to explain it.
Mr. DeRico, check with the county. Suggest to them that I don't think it's a good idea to turn the library into a homeless center.
It's not that, Your Honor. Sir, that's not what we're doing.
Okay, thank you.
We're offering medical care to people.
I get that, but I just think there might be a more appropriate venue. All right? Thank you.
All right, thank you.
George, Betty?
Mayor, Vice Mayor, City Council members, ladies and gentlemen, I want to commend you on the response that you gave me on the address of 2647. The cleanup has started. And my question on that particularly is, why did it take 2.5 years and somebody like me to bring it to somebody's attention?
George, aren't you ever thankful?
Thankful. Now, water. I use regularly the east side swimming pool indoor. I've noticed the sprinkling system's been set to go off at night because I go over there on Wednesday night, and it's running in excess of 20 minutes per section. I don't know if this is every night. I could gladly sit over there every night and find out, but I think 20 minutes per section is kind of ridiculous.
Is that on the reclaimed water? Is that purple pipe water?
Not at East Side.
I'm sorry. Okay. All right, we'll check it out.
Okay. Thank you much. And possibly a corner, look into the desert waters, what do you call it, the front of it, to eliminate the grass where you're not even cap off those sprinkling systems and put in the indoor-outdoor carpeting, such as they did in Palmdale at the City Hall.
We are working on that.
You're looking at that?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a process.
I do commend you, though.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Jim Barletta?
He's going to talk on this, how they put everything in closed session, don't do things right.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor,
Hi.
Vice Mayor, members of the council, city managers, and staff. I don't like to have to come to this place to say what I need to say, but I don't know where else to turn. We've got a lot of water adjudication coming down the pipe in the very near future. And what bothers me, and I know it's going to bother some other people also, is the fact that there's a lot of residences that do not have meters. For example,
really,
I'm in Averydale Water. I'm sorry?
Really?
Just for an example, in my water company alone, there's 284 people like myself that have property out there, and we pay a water bill $30 a month, which is reasonable. It's fine. 284. There's also 205 residential units out there in mobile home parks. They don't have any meters.
I mean, I could take a water truck over there and fill the water truck and... Never mind.
But they get their water for less than half of what we pay, which is more fuel to the fire, you might say. Take the average person out here that pays my $30 a month. He knows there's that many people out there that are getting the water all they want for less than half what they're paying. And now, they want this bullet train. They're going to say, hey, why should I comply with this? You see my point?
Allison, as a city, can we make it an ordinance they have to be metered?
I will look into that.
I mean, that sounds just terribly unfair. Okay, go on.
I'll look into it.
And also, in our water company, we have a big, I hate to say the word, corrupt, but I think that's an understatement. There are things going on that you wouldn't believe. And I've talked to our fellow shareholders out there. We even thought about getting a class action lawsuit against this board, and I'll tell you, it's hard to believe that people don't care. They just won't even go to the meeting with me. Of course, after the agenda that I saw on last night's meeting, who'd want to go anyhow, because they're going to make you leave the meeting before they even get started.
Yeah, I'm looking at your agenda.
It's a joke.
It does seem rather...
And I don't want to go to the meeting, to be told to go outside because there's no other room. You're either in the meeting room or you're outside. I'm sorry, I'm about to go over my...
That's all right.
Have I got more time yet?
Yeah, you got more time.
So anyway, and talking to all the other people, and nobody seems to want to get involved, and then I got to thinking, well, where can I turn? And I thought, well, the city of Lancaster is a shareholder. They own 2.5 acres right next door to the Desert Paradise Mobile Home Park. They're on 30th Street and H8.
So we're in this water company?
Yes, you're a shareholder of that water company. I used to send a bill here for the annual assessment.
Really?
For many, many years, because I ran that water company for 26 years. That was a mobile home park at one time.
Do more than look into it. Tell them they got to follow the law. They can't put everything into executive session. They got to open up their books. All right?
Abide by the bylaws.
Yeah, follow the bylaws. Make their life miserable. You know how to do it. Smack them. All right? Their life just changed, okay? But thank you for
so
bringing
much.
it to...
I mean, when
thank
you
you,
have meetings
thank you for
without a
telling us
quorum,
we're a member.
I can, thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Sure.
Have a great day.
You're correct, though. This is... I mean, I don't know why they're doing it. I wouldn't use the corruption word, but they certainly are violating the law in the way they do it.
Well, the bylaws are a joke.
Okay.
Don't even look at them.
All right, we'll fix it. You're welcome. David Paul.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, good evening. Mr. Mayor, that just made me happy. Jim is a friend, and he knows more about water than most people I know, and his concerns should be taken seriously. And that's what I love about this city. We can do something about our problems, and we have people that care and come forward. It's just a joy. I also wanted to say thank you, Mayor, for being magnanimous in victory over the power plant. I've knocked a few guys down in my life, and the best result is when you put your hand and you pick them up. That's how they learn. If they don't want to get up and be a better person with you, then you've done everything you could. And, we all have to be in this together in some way, but I love the unity of our city. It excites me. I have never understood why more people don't come to these council meetings and participate in government, which is our wonderful right that we have as citizens of this great country.
It's because Marvin scares them.
The Vice Mayor has impressed me twice again tonight. The man works so hard. I talked to some of my other friends here tonight, and just seeing how hard some of you work makes me feel guilty. I have this great life. I get up when I want. We work out. We read. We do improvements. I just have the best life in the world, and I get to come here and see how hard everybody works, and I hope my appreciation is enough, because that's what I have to offer you, my sincere appreciation for what goes on in this city and the role all of you play. It fills me up and gives me hope. Thank you.
Thank you, David. So, Jim, how come you know so much about water?
I'm sorry?
Why do you know so much about water?
Well, when I first moved on my property in 1974, I was a new kid on the block, and they put me on the board. And I've been involved ever since. Since 1974, I served as their president for 26 years. And I did a good job, by the way. I kept getting reelected. I'm not blowing my own horn. But then I guess I am blowing my horn.
I hate people who do that. The reason I'm asking is I'm taking a course on Coursera.org that David is familiar with on water sustainability, and what the course is teaching me is that we really have to. Right now, we have these silos that all engage in different water policies, and we really have to bring them together if we're going to have a sustainable future in regards to water. And I would like that to be a city project that people who are knowledgeable get involved in. And it's also something we're going to have to get, whoever the current and new board of supervisor are, to look at that. But the way we have it now is really self-defeating. And what we really need to do is examine everybody that should be at the table that controls the water, either the reclaimed water, the aqueduct water, the well water, anything to do with water and how we use it. And an example that would have been a disaster was that power plant. That power plant would have sucked all the reclaimed water we have up. And we're going to need that water desperately pretty soon. So anyway, if you're interested, let's talk some more, okay? And Allison, you're going to have to figure out a way to create a joint powers to put it all under one roof. And we're just going to have to figure out a way to get it done and get the stakeholders to do it. All right? Good. Thank you. Fran. Last but not least.
Good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fran Saras, and I got a lot to say. No, just kidding. I went on May the 7th to your the National Prayer breakfast you had on May the 7th, and this has been my first one, and I was really impressed. I inspired by all the different nationalities and the different religious backgrounds that were there, but how all I could feel and I could see, and the people I spoke with, how the unity was there. I just wish that we could do more of this, because that's what the country and the world needs. And I thank you very much for having it. Also, changing the subject now, I read in the paper about your going to start to improve Avenue I between 10th Street West and 15th. Thank you very much, because that's needed very badly. Because there's a lot of drug dealing going on in that little shopping center there on 10th, I and 10th by the dollar store. And I just want to say thank you. And also, I want to bring up that little beer and license for that little market that's on the boulevard. I know you told me to kind of let it go, but I've been thinking about what you said. And that little store is, and I was listening to the planning committee program yesterday. And there's different stores for different markets to sell beer and wine. You got the big stores like your markets, your big markets, and you have your liquor stores, which are supposed to be a liquor store. You have convenience stores. You have the mini markets. But the convenience stores is like that little store that's on Lancaster Boulevard. It's not really meant to sell beer and wine because of the people around there and what it's going to bring in. And there's schools around there, and there's a lot of apartments that are there. And I wish you'd look into that for me. I would appreciate it. Thank you very much for your time.
We'll take another look at it. All right?
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, that concludes the speaker cards. Do we have closed session?
Thank you.
No closed session, but I thought there was one more speaker card.
Really? Missing somebody?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gentleman in the middle.
He turned in the car. I don't know where it went.
Okay, well, come on up. I think Marvin hit it.
Is it Brian Simpson?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I told you he hit it.
The mayor found his glasses.
So let me grab right back to my page. All right, everybody, you guys ready? All right, I just want to, let you guys know, from 10 and 12, I wake up every day, and, 7 days a week, I've been going through my substitution of my 3 to 1 and my, basically my 3 holding a Twitter incorporation and in my 2 holding a Facebook incorporation. Been able to retell myself into the walls of the incorporation of Apple, but, basically being in this energy boom town has given me opposition to, fight for what I believe in order to, I've had to talk to a few consumers and see what their aspects were and what their skeptics were on my first line of product. And so a lot of people are saying they wouldn't use it, and so a lot of people are saying they would use it. So I'm kind of mixed with a 50-50 percentage of, retail rates. I've been going to Hollywood, Los Angeles, towns in Inglewood, and also, towns here, Lancaster, Quartz Hill, Palmdale. And, I've been able to find myself, to the point where, I can post and review my sessions because, I've been doing a lot of my hard work on myself. And so, I'm just looking at the point where, when I start having to demand local offices and stuff like that to, progress our ingenuity and stuff, that, I'll have the right, aspect in mind, and so right at the moment, as a small subsidiary, we're working on our desktop icon and once again our search engine, which happens to be Tor.com, which is our @mail user-based service through username and password through what Twitter offers. And right now, I've been able to, crunch a few numbers and know that, they're not going to pay me out until I get this incumbents as a priority and as a business idea. And once my platform reaches a business prototyping, then, I'll be able to, come back to, Lancaster and, provide one of the BYD rewards and partnerships. And hopefully that, I'll be able to, advertise my OX throughout your bus systems. And so with that in mind, I'll also be able to maybe purchase 1 or 2 of your buses as well, to funnel through the towns and stuff. There's not enough 7, someone was asking me about the other day. And so, with that in mind, I'm just, taking my time and, I'm found that this is going to be my home. And so I would like you guys to, look out for me. And right now I'm just working on my budget 1, 2017 to 2022, my budget 2 of 2015 to 2020. And I thank you guys for my manufacturer's budget time and my speaking. And you guys have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you. Jason, I've been thinking. You know how disruptive that can be. I'm wondering why we have so much staff here. I mean, I recognize you're all salaried, but I also recognize everybody has a bandwidth. And if we're taking their time to have them at meetings they don't need to be at, what's the benefit to anybody in doing that? And I'm wondering, I want your guys' input at some point also. Shouldn't we plan and do an agenda that we have staff here that needs to be here, and the rest of them can go home to their families? Now, I know how much you guys want to come to these meetings, and if you still want to come, you're certainly welcome. But I've never, I just don't see how this makes sense. Allison, is there a reason?
Only for the convenience of council if questions get raised during the course of meetings that are not within the expertise of myself or Mark, Jason, or Kelvin. Sometimes the individual department heads have particularized knowledge, frequently considerably more knowledge than we do, and we're able to provide that information immediately at the meeting. But there's no legal requirement for them to attend.
I would like staff to talk about it amongst themselves and get back to us with a recommendation that makes sense. All right?
We can look into it.
And as to why we have the head of the fire department and the head of the sheriff's department, I mean, the same question. If we're going to need you for something.
It's his birthday.
Whose birthday?
Gerald's.
Gerald's. He came
Gerald's
for a happy
birthday.
birthday.
Well, let's all sing happy birthday.
Yeah.
Ready? Okay, who's going to start? Who's got the courage to start this?
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Come on. Happy birthday, dear Gerald. Happy birthday to you. Well, that explains why you're here. You wanted to get sang to. But anyway, you got the idea of what I want? Let's deal with it. So do we have to go to executive session today? Yes. Okay, there's no executive session, so I think that's it.
Council comments?
Any council comments? I thought we did that.
You didn't consider that there's staff here that might miss Marvin's company?
I never considered that.
There you go.
I mean, with the amount of brain power we have in this room, we could change the world if we directed it better. All right? I just, it's one of those things that we've just done for 30 years, so we keep doing it. But let's re-examine it and see if it actually has some utilitarian value. We might even want to go through the minutes and see just how often that does occur, where we have to reach out, all right, for something significant, right? And Britt, I don't know why you're so happy, because you have to be here.
I was the first to volunteer, actually.
Okay. That all being said, we will, right, no other announcements? Good. We will now reconvene. Oh, I don't have to do that. The City Council meeting is adjourned until Tuesday, May 26, 2015 at 5 p.m. And I'm coming home, Carol. So have dinner ready, because I'm hungry.